All right, so I'm Andrew Canigator and I'm 22 years old, and I served in the Arcadia, California mission. But it was kind of like a foreign mission because you had people from everywhere. A lot of Chinese people, a lot of Armenians, a lot of Latinos there too. I was actually serving Spanish speaking. And so going there for the first time, it was kind of a culture shock. I just got off the plane from the Mexico MTC, so I was like, okay, good, I'm back in my country, so like, I'm good with English, I'm good at that language. But then I'd go from lesson to lesson with my trainer and I'd just be like, oh man, this is gonna be a tough one. But it was a really cool experience. It was actually pretty difficult at the very beginning. But over time, it just got a lot easier. I think at around 9 months is when I felt like I could kind of defend myself more in lessons and really express myself a lot more. But it's kind of like, it's pretty frustrating sometimes because you understand what they're saying, you want to like express yourself in a way, but you just can't. It's like having like a big wall in the way. It's really difficult sometimes, but it was really cool to see like the gift of tongues work after time. Well, you always grow up like singing in primary, like I hope they call me on a mission. And then like you get to like the teens, and you're like, well, I'm not really sure like if that's like the thing I really want to do. And so I was kind of in that camp for a while until I went off to college to BYU Hawaii for a while, and out there I had a lot of time to think. And then there are two kind of big instances that happened there, just kind of like spiritual experiences that I had that really like gave me a sign that like this is what I need to do. And then from then on, I filled out my papers and packed my bags and went to California. There's this guy we met, his name was Mariano. So we actually met him when I was only about 5 months out. So we went to church, we were excited to have all our friends there, but nobody we were teaching showed up, so we were pretty bummed. And so we just kind of went out and started just doing missionary work just like normal. And then I remember looking around and I see this house, and then I felt like a super strong impression, like, okay, you gotta knock that one. I knew like that was one I couldn't ignore. And so we went over, knocked on it, met this guy named Mariano, he let us in, we taught him a lesson, it went pretty well. And then after a few months, it kind of teetered off. But then the next year, this is during coronavirus, so we're spending a lot of time in our apartments. I looked him up on Facebook and I just started teaching him over video call lessons again. And it was just going super great. And just seeing like his progression over time as he read the Book of Mormon and as he started keeping the commitments that we gave him, just seeing that was huge inspiration for me. It's changed me in a lot of ways, I think. I think like a lot of times before my mission, I was a lot more, I guess, focused on maybe the wrong things. But I think what happened during the mission is that like I saw people from all different backgrounds, all different circumstances. I realized kind of how lucky I am, how blessed I am. And just being able to see other people and then kind of the way that Christ sees them, try and look at the better side of people and seeing what they can become. I think that's something that stuck with me. Someone that was interested in learning more about the church, I'd tell them that to give it a shot, because in my life it's brought me so much happiness and peace that it's hard to sum it up. And it's like a super lasting happiness and peace that can't be found anywhere else. A lot of things they're good, they're great for some time, but then they fizzle out. But with the gospel and with the teachings of Jesus Christ, it's really where lasting happiness can come from. And I found that lasting happiness from this church, the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints. I promise that anyone that takes that chance, they'll find the same thing. Tengo un testimonio de que Jesucristo es mi Salvador y Redentor. Y durante los 2 años que pasé como misionero, lo más importante que aprendí es lo importante que es confiar en el Señor. Porque había días durante mi misión cuando yo estaba confiando demasiado en mí mismo en vez de confiar en el Señor. Y al confiar en el Señor todo irá mucho mejor. Y al ver como el cambio en las personas que querían aprender más de Jesucristo y tomar los pasos hacia su camino hacia su iglesia, simplemente fue un milagro para mí ver a estas personas. Y también tengo un testimonio del libro de Mormón, porque este libro ha cambiado mi vida y también ha cambiado las vidas de muchas personas que he conocido, porque como cada parte del libro habla de Jesucristo y yo sé que me ha ayudado a mí mucho a acercarme más a mi Salvador. Y digo estas cosas en nombre de Jesucristo. Amén.